Well, we may not know who the Supreme Court leaker for the overturning of Roe this past summer was. Conservatives swear up and down, like, we're still trying to find out who did that. But we now know that at least one of the justices on the Supreme Court, Judge Samuel Alito, back in 2014 did leak a SCOTUS decision during a dinner with a bunch of right-wing evangelical freak shows, where he told them how the Supreme Court had ruled, even though the decision had not come out yet, in the Hobby Lobby contraceptive case. According to one of the individuals who was given this information, Reverend Bob Shank, says that at this dinner, Alito told all of these right-wing evangelical leaders and a bunch of right-wing evangelical donors that don't worry, we've taken care of this issue. The Hobby Lobby decision has been decided, has not been released, but we are taking away that contraceptive mandate for health insurance. So he leaked this decision. Now you might think to yourselves, okay, but this is just one guy who's really not all that reputable. He's been a hardline, right-wing evangelical for many years. Guy was arrested for actually throwing a fetus at Bill Clinton back in the 90s. So why should we trust Bob Shank? Well, because Bob Shank has the receipts. See, a couple years ago, Reverend Bob Shank, had a change of heart, according to a report by the New York Times. He no longer believes in all those hardline, horrible evangelical things that he once did. And, as I mentioned, he has the receipts. In order to prove everything he said, that Alito was in fact the leaker back in 2014, he provided the emails. He provided communications that he had with the Supreme Court and other people at the dinner that tell the story without any shadow of a doubt. So, even though everybody, the New York Times and their reporters saying allegedly leaked, the info sure as hell seems to make it pretty clear that Alito leaked this. Now, Alito denies it, of course, but it brings me back to this. We haven't found the Roe leaker yet, have we? We don't know who that was. Conservatives have said whoever this is, we got to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law, right? Well, this is another decision that the right-wing evangelicals were waiting on. And now we have confirmation, pretty much, that back in 2014, Samuel Alito leaked a decision to a bunch of right-wing evangelicals that they had been waiting on. So I would think the fingers ought to be pointing right now at Judge Samuel Alito, and he should be suspended from the Supreme Court pending a full investigation. Not just for this leaking in 2014, but also, of course, because I think he's the leaker from this past summer. And I gotta wonder, what would conservatives do at that point, right? Would they say, okay, well, we called for prosecuting this person, let's go forward with it? No, they wouldn't. They'd act like, oh, well, it's really no big deal. We've seen it happen time and time and time again with Republicans. It's the Herschel Walker abortion story all over again. Oh, anybody who has an abortion is horrible. Herschel Walker's paid for a couple. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, he's a totally different guy. That's how they act. Alito needs to be investigated. Alito needs to be impeached. He won't be impeached. We don't have the numbers to remove him from office. And conservatives damn sure aren't going to let Joe Biden get a Supreme Court justice up there. So there's really nothing we can do. And I know it sucks to say that, but folks, that is the God's honest truth. We could uncover hardcore evidence today that Samuel Alito has been leaking Supreme Court opinions, that he's breaking the laws. Whatever we find, you're not going to get enough conservatives to go along with impeaching and removing him from the Supreme Court. You're just not. So we're stuck. The dude did it, and there's nothing we can do about it.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.